has happened since the last time that I made one of these videos, and there's a bunch to catch you up on. First, I challenged myself to write 50,000 words in the month of December. As I speak, it's December 16th, which is a little over halfway through the month, basically, at this point. And I'm not quite at halfway to 50,000 words. I've written about 21, almost 22,000 words at this point, which is not bad. I'm particularly pleased with that because since I last made one of these videos, we've had historic flooding in the area of the country where I live. I've been ordered to evacuate my home. I've been back to my home. We're now under flood watch, so we might be ordered to evacuate again. And things have been pretty crazy. As of this morning, actually, there were like a bunch of downed trees from a windstorm, and now the power is out in my town, and everything's gone a little bit crazy with the weather around here. So considering all that, I think I've done pretty well, having written 21, almost 22,000 words in that series of events. The other thing is that I had an idea which might be insane, but might be kind of brilliant. I really don't know. But I'm gonna go for it. So I have this free prequel novella that I wrote for my trilogy. The second book in the trilogy is coming out in January, and I was just thinking about the prequel novella and how I wish that I had written it to be a little bit longer and this, that, and the other thing. I realized I could make that into a full book, and I should have from the beginning. And all of a sudden, it just dawned on me that I need to rewrite this and turn it into a full book and tell the story that it should have been all along. Obviously, doing this in the middle of a big writing challenge is kind of crazy because I'm like 5 or 6 chapters into writing the third book in this series, and now I'm going back to the beginning and rewriting that. Kind of insane, but I think that it's the right thing to do because I've realized that there's a story there that I never told, and it's going to make so much more sense and really make things exciting in the third book that are going to happen if I go back to this prequel and turn it into a full book. And I will still have it for free on Amazon when it is done. I'm going to try and get that done this month because I have 30,000 words left to write in my challenge, and it's going to take about 30,000 words to turn this novella into a full-length book. So that happened. Or I guess more accurately, you might say that it is happening since I am currently in the middle of rewriting this novella. I have already switched over to doing this project instead of the one that I thought that I was going to be working on all month. I have already edited the first 2 chapters. I took the first chapter, cut it in half. I ended up adding like 800 words to that chapter, and so it became really long. I actually like it a lot better. I think it flows better as 2 chapters now. So I am 2 chapters into this project, which will probably be something like 25-ish chapters, give or take, based on how I usually write and the length my chapters usually are. So keep an eye out for that. I could definitely use some encouragement. If you have any words of encouragement, please drop them in the comments. Because I have just signed up for a lot of work that I didn't think I was going to be doing. And I'm going to try really hard to get it done by the end of the year because I really want to get this one up in advance of the third and final book coming out. So I have to get this done before I can finish writing the third book. And I'm just going to completely revamp everything. I'm probably going to give it a new cover, republish it at the beginning of next year sometime. I'm going to try, it might be insane, but I'm going to try and aim for February. I feel like I keep saying that. I just like pick these audacious goals as like, you know what, that's not really a reasonable thing to choose to try to do. It's not likely that you're going to get all that work done in that amount of time. It's not like I can take time off my full-time job to do these things. But I'm going to try anyway. Let's see what happens.